Yeah, it was at the beginning of the pandemic that I made it to six figures. Wow. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Neira, your favorite manifesting cousin, and I am back to tell you the story about how I went from making $11 an hour to six figures in 2 years. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. Like I told you in my first video, well, it's not my first video, but you know what I'm saying. Like I told you about in my video, I had like 23 jobs before working for my last company that I was with. And I have always been the type of person, let me just start by saying this. I have always been the type of person that I'm going to go from job to job. Like the Bible says, I'm going from glory to glory. From level to level, from faith to faith, from glory to glory. So trust and believe, any job that I've had, if I go to the next job, I'm going to say that I was making $1 more or $2 more so I can get paid more money. I've always been the type of person with a very advancing mind. So any job that I had, I never looked at it as like the end all be all. First of all, Robert Kiyosaki says that a job, J-O-B, means just over broke. And one thing about it, you can always go and get you another job if they just over broke. Like you could just go get another job. It's no biggie. So I was always looking for the next best thing. And especially when I became a mom, working in retail or any of these little jobs or whatever, whenever you become a parent, you not only have to worry about yourself, but you have to worry about your children too. So it's like, what is going to be the most beneficial job that's going to allow me the time off to spend with my child or the health benefits or whatever the case may be? So I was working at this place called, this is kind of where my manifestation journey became more intentional and conscious, right? So I was working at back in 2017, and I was making $15 an hour or $16 an hour, something like that. And I was just a regular sales consultant. I wasn't in management or anything like that. And we would have these little commission competitions, right? Like if there was a new collection that came out, we would be able to sell a certain amount and get an additional bonus on top of our hourly rate. So I would walk into work and I'd be like, today I'm selling this, I'm selling this, I'm selling this. And for sure, before my shift was over, everything that I said that I was going to sell, I was able to sell it. And I never forget, one day it was like a commission on diamonds. And I walked in and I was like, I'm selling this, this, and this before I even clocked in. And within my first hour, I sold all of the things that I said I was going to sell. And I went back into the break room and I was talking to my friend Taylor, shout out to T. And I was like, how is it that I can make all this money, but I can't make it for myself? This makes no sense to me. At the time, I was reading the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I was also reading The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And for sure, The Science of Getting Rich is one of my favorite books to this day. I feel like it totally just shifted my paradigm, opened my mind up, and I love that book, and I revisit it very often, and I will put the name of those books in the bio. Also, this is the perfect time to like, comment, and subscribe because it's a great story, and I know you want to hear more stories from your cousin. But anyway, so yeah, over that time, I was like, man, how am I able to manifest coffee or a parking spot at the mall but it was like things that I considered bigger. I just could not do. I felt like I had a block. Well, anyway, at the time, me and my ex-husband had gotten down to one vehicle. And it was starting to become really hard with his job and me working in retail and us working in opposite directions of each other. So I decided to quit. I got me another job, a Monday through Friday job at doing internet sales. And crazy enough, I took a pay cut. I went from making $16 an hour to $11 an hour at BMW with the potential to make a commission. The whole point of internet sales was to get leads from different internet sites and get somebody to come in and actually take a test drive of the car. And if the car is sold, then you got a small percentage of the sale, a very small percentage. But anyway, I was like, you know what? This is just a stepping stone. It's like a step back to take a step forward. I was doing what I had to do for my family at this time, and I was reading The Science of Getting Rich, and there are 3 chapters that really stick out to me in The Science of Getting Rich. 1 is the chapter on gratitude. 2 is the chapter on thinking in a certain way, and 3 is the chapter on acting in a certain way. And the whole point of it is like, 1, you always want to maintain a state of gratitude for all the things that you have, even if it's not the perfect setting that you're in. And then you want to act in a certain way and think in a certain way. You want to think like you have the things that you want to manifest, but you also want to act in that way too. So do the things that are in alignment with what it is that you want to do, be, or have, right? So while I was there, I saw an opportunity for me to make more money. There wasn't a marketing manager at BMW, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to make me my own position. I want $40,000. That's all I need right now. That'll be great for me and my family and benefits and blah, 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 blah. So when I would go on my lunch breaks, I would have the BMW geniuses take me on test drives in all of the new cars. And we would go to the park. We would go to like different restaurants. And I had already had like an eye for a lot of what you see on social media today. This is back in 2018, but a lot of what you see on social media today is like lifestyle vlogging, right? And it's considered a luxury vehicle. So, or you know, to some people's standards, a luxury vehicle. So I was like, let's just show what it's like to own a BMW. Where would you go? How do you enjoy your life? And I created an Instagram for them, and I started monitoring and getting involved on their Facebook page. And while I was doing all of that, I would get off of work early. I would go to the library before I had to pick up my kids, and I was creating a marketing proposal to pitch myself to have this marketing position there. So that goes, like I said, is acting in a certain way and thinking in a certain way. If you think that you want to make more money, then you have to act like a person that is going to be making that type of money. So I just started doing what I thought a marketing manager would have done, especially social media marketing manager there. So I'm doing all of this stuff, and I remember going to the library one day as I was working on the proposal, and I just like put my head in my hands and I was like, Lord, what am I doing? Like, this is crazy. I'm over here trying to make a marketing proposal for people that really don't even understand Facebook, let alone Instagram. And now here we are years later, and there's TikTok and all these other fun social media platforms, right? So I closed everything up. I was a little frustrated. And then I went to work the next day. I didn't do anything, like any additional pictures or nothing, because I was feeling kind of funky about it or whatever. Get on Instagram, and lo and behold, this company, the CEO made a video that she was looking for a marketing manager, and she wanted people to send in their resumes. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is my chance. And let me just insert this right here, right? This is a pro manifestation tip. So sometimes you have a desire in your heart to do something, to have something, and life is gonna call you into action. Here's the thing about manifesting. What it is that you're looking for is never going to come in the way that you expect it to come. Let me say that again. What you're expecting to receive when manifesting is never going to come in the way that you expect it to come. And think about it. God, source energy, created all things. So why would there be only one way that what it is that you're desiring be delivered to you, right? So anyway, back to the story. She was looking for a marketing manager for a salary of $100,000. I was like, I'm only asking for 40. Another pro manifesting tip. And just a tip of life, always ask for more money. I kind of live by that, but I wasn't even doing that at the time. Always ask for more money. And a lot of times, even if you don't ask for more, whatever it is that you're asking for, sometimes God will deliver more than what you could even imagine. Also, sometimes if you're not specific enough, it'll give you exactly what you're asking for. And I have a total other video about that. So anyway, back to the story, because I know I'm kind of rambling, but it's kind of long, but I know it's good. So you guys just continue to stay engaged. And if you haven't already, remember to like, comment, and subscribe this video. You heard me. So anyway, y'all, I was so excited about it. I was like, I already been working on this marketing plan. So I went home that afternoon. I went to her website. I totally audited her website and things that I thought she needed, things that she didn't have. And I redid my resume, and I was just putting all kind of stuff on there from what I learned from previous positions that I've had, as well as things that I just kind of monitored. Like, I was born in '89, so I have watched the evolution of the internet, child. And I have always been super intrigued by all of the different social media platforms and what they change and everything else or whatever. So the next day I get on Instagram, I submitted my resume, I get on Instagram the next day, and I saw she posted that over 500 people applied for this position. And I was like, how am I gonna get noticed? So I was at work, I was talking to my coworker about it, and she was like, I think that, her office isn't that far from where I live at. We could bake her some cookies. I'm like, it's a marketing position. You don't bake her any fucking cookies. Can I say the F word on YouTube? Totally. Never mind that. I'm going to try my hardest not to curse on this channel. Anyway, I was like, no, I can't bake cookies. I've got to do something else. So I decided, you know what? Since it's a marketing campaign, I'm going to create my own hashtag. So I created the hashtag Hire Neira, right? Like, clever. I know it's clever. Maybe not in 2022 because like hashtags are kind of like not a thing on Instagram anymore, but whatever. I created the hashtag Hire Neira. I hit up like all of my best friends. I was like, listen, I'm trying to get this position. Over 500 people applied. I need y'all to apply that pressure. Go on her comments, go on the Instagram story, DM her, whatever you got to do. Keep using the hashtag Hire Neira. And to my surprise, not only did my friends do that, but when I tell you, people that I have not seen since middle school were like, oh my gosh, Neira's applying for this job. Let me get on it. They were tagging me. It was crazy, y'all. And I will, if I can find them, I'll put some of the little things that my friends created for me. And you know what? Shout out to all my friends. Like, any idea that I have, anything crazy that I want to do, I got some ride or die friends. So if you can't look around and call somebody to campaign for you or whatever, you need to get you some new friends. But anyway, so it got so bad. So many people were messaging her. Well, it was a good thing. It got so many people messaged her to the point where she DM'd me and she was like, hey girl, what is your first and last name? I need to pull your resume. You got people in my DMs. You got people in my comments. I need to figure out what you got going on. So she pulled my resume. I think a day later, I got a call for an interview. And for the interview, it was 100 people that got chosen. And I'm in the interview sitting there like, y'all, my armpits are wet. You hear me? You'll learn that about me. So I'm sitting there in the interview and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 100 people here. How am I? This is crazy. So stayed in my faith while I'm there, right? They split us up into groups of 10. And I think I have a clip of that too. Anyway, they split us up into groups of 10. And I was in the third group of 10 that walked into the room. And when I walked in and sat down, she was like,
who is Neira?
Me.
Hi, Neira.
Hello.
This nice young lady has had a whole social media campaign today.
I just want you to tell me about yourself. And I just started rambling every idea I had for her company. And by the time I was finished, I don't even know what I said. She was just kind of like taken back, I think, by my enthusiasm and all of the ideas that I had. And from there, I was selected to be on the marketing team. She chose 4 of us. And within the first 90 days, I was the only one left out of the 4. And in 2 years, I did email marketing, I did copywriting, I did new product development. At times, I helped with customer service. I packaged items for the e-commerce store. And yeah, I just made myself as valuable as possible, that by the time 2020 came, I had gone from making a base salary to 6 figures. And I just remember, and of course, guys, there were so many things that have happened in between that, other tips and tools that I'll be happy to share with you about manifesting. But to make it to 6 figures was really one of my biggest dreams. And hold on. And if you are familiar with The Secret, I think it's Jack Canfield, the creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul. He took a $1 bill and he made it into a $100,000 bill. And When I first watched The Secret back in 2012, I did the same thing. You see that? On it, it says, "Thank you for all of the money I've been given throughout my life. And I turned this $1 bill into $100,000. And I have kept it on the ceiling of every apartment and house that I've lived in since 2012. And I would look at it every morning. And there was I'm getting a little emotional when I think about this. Because there are so many times that life looked like it would never get to this, right? But I still believed and I kept the faith about it. And I had finally did it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that story. And now that I've made it to the 6-figure line, child, it's time to dream bigger. Oh, I've had so much fun telling you guys that story today. If you have any questions, if you want to learn anything, I can't believe I missed it. But while I was working at and doing the test drives for the cars, I was listening to Bob Proctor's Born Rich seminar that he did, I think, back in the 80s or 90s. And like I love the science of getting rich, baby, I love me some Bob Proctor. And I'm so sad that I didn't get to meet him before he left this earth. But I have been listening to the Born Rich seminars, and something that stuck out to me, and in in Think and Grow Rich, they have a chapter on auto-suggestion that I'll make another video about at a later time. But it's kind of like that part of the book that he was incorporating in his seminar. And he had all of the students or the people in his seminar use cassette tapes to create affirmations on and to listen to them whenever they got a little down or whatever. Well, I took it a step further and I made 60 money affirmations while I was working at BMW. And from the moment that I started working at to the moment I got hired at my previous company, it was a 60-day time span. And for 60 nights, I listened. Well, it wasn't even until the time I got hired. It was 60 days from the time I got hired at BMW to the time the job was posted on Instagram that I had listened to these money affirmations I created for 60 nights straight. And it was an opportunity to make 6 figures. And I was like, ask my ex-husband. It's like really crazy the way that everything happened. And I will put a free downloadable version of that money affirmation just for you guys to have. And I hope that you guys listen to it. I hope you enjoy it. Yes. So anyway, thank you guys so much for journeying with me down that rabbit hole. It was such a beautiful experience. And I mean, again, up until that point, I had become conscious of manifesting and what that would look like in my life. But that is one of the stories that I'm going to be able to take to my grave, because I feel like that's when everything really became real to me. That's when I realized just how powerful the mind is, and you can literally create life to be whatever it is that you want it to be. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me some comments below if y'all have any questions, you want to learn anything more. If there's anything that I am not discussing on this channel that you will want to learn about, just ask me the question and I'll try to make a video about it. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.